reading my story, Chasing Rainbows. Chapter 11. A Step Closer. It was not easy to retrace Kathleen's steps, yet over the next couple of hours he was almost certain he knew what had become of her. After making inquiries down at the shipping office, his efforts were at last rewarded. If he were to find Kathleen, he must be prepared to travel to America. It seemed incredible, yet it appeared Kathleen may have been living somewhere in New York, albeit in the suburbs. Of course it was a gamble as to whether his search would prove fruitful, but he felt it was a chance he must take. So many years had passed since their brief encounter, it was possible that she had married, maybe moved on. It was incredible their paths had never crossed again. Yet somehow in his heart he had a strong feeling that he would find her, no matter what the circumstances. As luck would have it, the SS Havel was due to pick up passengers bound for New York in a couple of days. Gerald lost no time in booking his passage. He bade hasty farewells to his family, promising to return very soon. Of course he told no one apart from Albert of his intentions, and his son swore his secret was safe with him. Gerald had little enough to go on, yet he felt this was the right thing to do. If he could only find Kathleen, bring her back if she was willing. It was a delicate mission, and Gerald could only wonder at the outcome. Yet deep within, he felt more at peace. As he began his journey across the Atlantic Ocean, emotions that had lain dormant for years began to stir within. The nearer he drew to his destination, the more volatile he became, and his hopes soared. In the weeks following his brief encounter with Jess at the wedding reception, Joseph was filled with remorse. If only he had tried to explain himself, given her a reason to believe in him. Yet how could he ever expect that of her? He had let her down badly, at a time when she had needed his support. He should have been by her side, not miles away in Liverpool. However, at the time, he had been too occupied with organizing the smooth supervision of the mill to dwell upon Jess's emotional empathy, which his absence had indeed caused. Much as he despised himself for the misery he had inflicted upon her, he was cut to the bone by the curt manner in which she had spoken to him. It was, of course, no more than he deserved. He had left her alone and vulnerable at a time when she trusted him to return. He had promised to speak with his father, make her his wife. He should have moved heaven and earth to find her, instead of which he had deserted her in her time of need, left her to face the heartbreak and anguish alone. How could he ever forgive himself? How indeed could she be expected to forgive him? No, it was inconceivable. As the days dragged into weeks, Joseph grew more despondent, and Victoria began to worry about him. After all, her husband was hardly ever home anymore, and although little Frances occupied much of her day, there were times when she would have welcomed her husband's companionship. Indeed, there had never been any impassioned response on his part in their relationship, yet he had seemed to grow closer since she had borne him the child. Now he appeared to have encased himself within a concrete shell that even she could not penetrate. When she was not occupied by giving small charitable tea parties or attending ladies' sewing circles, Victoria often took to riding her favourite mare. She would ride up onto Harewood Moor, trying to shed some of her insecurity. As Joseph drifted further away from her, she began to fear for the future of their marriage. If only she could entice him back into her arms, then maybe they would recapture some of the warmth of the early days. Victoria felt trapped in a web of despair from which there seemed no relief. Yet she was determined to win back her husband's affection, no matter what the cost.